Details of the Trail. Histories of the Oregon Trail summarize details such as who traveled west and how they fared. But first person accounts bring tales of the trail to life. Through detailed journals written by actual travelers, we can experience each mishap and relive every adventure. Sarah Bird Springer was only 10 years old when she journeyed from Ohio to Oregon with her family. Years later, she wrote about her travels. This account begins by describing why Oregon became a bright beacon drawing them west. In 1850, my brother Abraham and his friend James Bingham, who was engaged to my sister Abby, decided to go west. After having heard stories of praise for the new country, father and mother, in turn, received such glowing accounts from Abraham that they decided to go to Oregon in the spring. And on the first day of April, 1852, we were ready to start. The first leg of the journey took the Springers to the Ohio River. There, they loaded everything onto a side wheel steamer. Suddenly, the captain barged through the crowd of passengers, yelling a warning, Sarah writes. He told us that a short time before, a boat going up the river had blown up, and many people had been killed because they had all run to one side to see the town. It seems that in those double boiler steamboats, if there is too much weight on one side, the water all runs in the boiler on that side. And when it goes back in the other one again, that boiler explodes. Quaking in their shoes, the passengers balked, leaning over the rails. Sarah writes, what Sarah remembers most was the sight of the boat that had exploded, all because the passengers had surged to one side. When the Springers arrived in St. Joe, Missouri, they spent 6 weeks gathering supplies. In May, they took the ferry across the Missouri River. A dream about this journey had come to torment Sarah's father 3 nights in a row. He heard the oxen rustling below. Then they would panic and run side to side until the boat sank. But the ferryman refused to take the oxen across on a separate trip. This, he lectured, would put his schedule at a disadvantage. And so Sarah writes, her father's fears came to pass. The oxen ran to one side and the boat began to fill with water until just a tiny bit of the wagon cover was above the water. The oxen swam off. The boatman held my baby brother above the water. Father held mother up on a wheel of the wagon while my sister Abby and brother Jacob kept Nicholas and me from drowning by holding on to us and to the wagon. Though Sarah's two oldest brothers finally saved everyone with another boat, a good friend drowned trying to help. This was just one part of Sarah's story. Her words put us right with her on the Oregon Trail.